Hello guys, and thank you so much for coming back to my channel, and welcome if you are new. I felt, over the past couple of days, I felt really helpless, and I felt like I didn't know whether I wanted to talk about this openly on my YouTube platform because I'm afraid to say the wrong things, and I'm afraid that I'm not educated enough to speak about this in a video. But I really think that, as much as it is hard to articulate, and I understand it's so hard because you are trying to respect people and respect their feelings and not come across as insensitive in any way. But I feel like if it comes from the heart and if you know it's coming from the right place, it is important to speak up. So I made the decision to speak about this today and just to touch on what I'm feeling. Everything that has been going on right now has really opened my eyes in ways that I just could not ever have imagined. The importance of education around the history of Black lives is so imperative. It's so important to know the history of slavery, the history of racism. I have learned so much that I almost feel ashamed for not being educated on this. And I know that all the videos and everything that are coming out, as much as they are brutal and really heartbreaking and devastating, I feel that it is so important for us to see this, because I feel like, especially in this day and age, having videos especially circulating around social media about the injustice that Black people face, people need to see it. People need to see it to realize how bad it is. And it is causing the outrage that it needs to be heard, to be given justice. And the most amazing thing about this is how the world has united to fight for the justice of Black people, to fight against police brutality, to give justice to all those lives taken by murderous and racist police officers. I have had the chance to really openly talk about racism with my friends, with my family, with my partner. I am so grateful that we are able to have these conversations openly. I feel like it is so necessary for us to start looking within, looking at ways that we communicate about racism. Sometimes, you hear people say remarks and you sort of step away and you sort of don't speak up because you don't want to be involved in a conflict. But to create change, to create a forever change, we need to be having these really difficult conversations. I know people that come from families that, have racist undertones when people speak. It's hard. Like, I'm not going to lie and say it's easy to confront these kinds of things. I understand it's not comfortable, but we need to step out of that comfort zone and just speak up, because we are speaking up against a systematic belief, a generational belief. And the truth of this whole thing is that they're just asking to not be killed. They're just asking for equal rights. Is that really so much to ask for? Justice does not come from silence. Justice does not come from keeping things in. Social media is able to circulate important information, is able to give information on how to change your mindset. If you feel like you have been a victim of a systematic belief, if you have been taught that lighter skin is more beautiful than dark skin, that Black people are criminals. This is the stereotype that Black people are given, is that they're violent, they're criminals, they're druggers, they rob people, they kill people. And this is a belief system that needs to change. We have heard the systematic beliefs and we hear the racist remarks, the generational beliefs that we have been taught over hundreds of years. And then we have the other side where it is a revolution. People are beginning to think for themselves. We have to seriously make a change by teaching our kids. We should not be teaching racism. We should not be teaching that stereotype of Black people. We should be teaching them love and compassion and peace, and to speak up when they see something that is wrong. We have a lot of responsibility. You know, whoever is watching this, whether you may be from the older generation, whether you may be from the younger generation, we all have a responsibility to make a change, because there is no excuse for not knowing. If you have social media, you will know. If you watch the news, you will also know, but just be careful with the news. They only report what they think will make money. The media is also a business. So do not believe everything in the media. Do your own research. Do your own research. I've been sharing many videos on my Instagram, and I've been seeing all the police brutality in even peaceful protests. It's opened my eyes. It's really opened my eyes. And I'm grateful that my eyes have been opened. But it's just unfortunate that it has had to happen in this way. But these are the things that we need to see. I have linked down below some petitions and some places where you can donate. Also, I encourage you to please speak up. It doesn't have to be heated. It doesn't have to be, you know, anger. But try and educate people. Speak up for what you know is right. If you see something that even has the slightest bit of a racial undertone, speak up. Do not let it slide. Check people. Even if you're sitting at a cafe or something or whatever and you overhear something, speak up. Speak up. It is time to change mindsets. Let's all be responsible for creating a change. We are the change. All right, in saying all that, let's get to today's video. So today's video is going to be about a secret that I have been hiding. Okay, I don't do this often, but I do this sometimes when I have my hair slicked back. I have a very crooked hairline, and I'm going to tie my hair now and show you guys what I mean. You've probably noticed it in my videos. I don't know, maybe you haven't. I'm going to tie my hair now and show you guys what I mean, and show you guys how I create the illusion of a straight hairline. Okay, so usually I would straighten my hair before I put it in a sleek ponytail, but my hair has been falling out so much recently, so I'm trying not to put too much heat on it for the next couple of months. I'm going to show you guys how I fake my hairline. Okay, so I am going to zoom in so you guys can really see my hairline. So as you can see, it is really not straight. It is very crooked, like, I don't know why it's like that. I seriously don't. So I'm going to show you guys what I do to really help this. So I grab my eyebrow palette. I use this because it's probably the closest thing I have to the color of my hair. Even buy like a brown, black eyeshadow, whatever hair color you have, just buy that eyeshadow without any shimmer in it, and you can use this. So what I do is I grab a spoolie brush, and this is actually for my eyebrows, but you can use whatever spoolie brush. I use these two for my eyebrows. As you can see, that one has barely been touched. But yeah, these two I use religiously. Very gently, just press into the powder. This is going to cause a bit of fallout. So this is why I recommend not using anything that's expensive. So grab your spoolie brush and tap into the product. So now that I've got it on my brush, I'm just going to go to the hairline and literally fill it in. So follow the hairline that I already have naturally. And I'm just going to go back and forth like that. And the key is to blend it out into the scalp. So don't just go like that, really bring it into the scalp. Take your time with it because you want to make it look as natural as possible. You can also get a very thin brush if you don't have a spoolie and do that. And just go back and forth. You can already see that this part of my scalp is being, you know, filled in. One thing that I also really like doing is go in with the brush and use the spoolie to blend in afterwards as well. If you've got thinner hair, using just the spoolie will work, but because I've got really thick hair and because you can really see my scalp, I use both sides. How dark you want it really depends on you. As long as it looks natural, you can go completely bold. Just blend it out as you were doing, you know, your eyebrows, for example. Like, really, you know, take your time. I mean, I put it this way, if you can fill in your eyebrows, you can fill in your hairline. Like, you're allowed to. There's nothing wrong with that. So right at the end, when you are almost done, get your spoolie brush and dip it into some more product and go over what you've done again to give it that natural finish, just to make sure that it looks like hair, so it doesn't look like you've just colored it in. Like, sometimes you can really tell, so you need to make sure it looks very natural. So I'm just going to dip that spoolie brush back into some product and then go back into what I've already done and just gently push while blending it into the hair. The worst thing is if you just see like a sharp line right there to indicate that you have filled it in. And let me tell you, it doesn't look very good. So here we go. This is the final look. So you can see that it's quite straight, but it also doesn't look unnatural. I always make sure that I don't go too bold filling my hairline in, purely because it just doesn't look natural for me. I feel like if you have lighter hair, you can get away with that. But for me, because my hair is quite dark and thick, you can almost tell when you've filled it in. So I try to really you know, take my time with it and just make sure that it looks very natural. Look, if you want to go bold, go ahead, but just for me personally, it's just not a vibe. Just make sure you blend it in really well and gives the illusion that you have a straight hairline when you don't. I don't usually have my hair up in the daytime. Like, I don't have a sleek hairstyle in the daytime. It's usually just out straightened or whatever. But at night, when I go to like parties, dinners, clubbing, or whatever it is, and I do this hairstyle, I do make sure that I fill my hairline in. But thank you so much for watching. I hope that you learned something, and I hope that you can try this if you feel like you've been struggling a little bit with it, with the same problem. Let me know if you do try it, and let me know if you're already doing this. Thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to check out the links down below for the petitions and the donations that I mentioned earlier in this video, and let's make a change. I will see you guys next week. Please take care. Bye.